What's up, guys, and welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be about Esperanto. I know that I am learning Spanish, and I know that I said I was going to upload about Spanish a little bit more often, and I know that I haven't, but I wanted to make this video because I just actually recorded a video for my main channel where I talk about reasons I love Esperanto and stuff, but I wanted to kind of give a little bit of a history on this channel as to why I got introduced, or how I got introduced to Esperanto, why I love it so much, and stuff like that. So there will be a kind of a different video. It'll kind of be conveying the same message, but it'll be on my main channel if you want to see that, which is Jonathan Seabolt. It's my vlog channel. We're at 1,300 subscribers. We're getting ready past 100 on this channel, so kudos to you guys. Super awesome. So basically, to start out, 2009 is when I started getting into languages. I grew up not really caring about it, even though I watched Japanese films, Spanish films, Korean films, stuff like that. My favorite movie of all time is a Korean movie. So I've always grown up loving stuff like that, but I never really took an interest into learning languages. And then I moved into an apartment in Bluefield, which is where I'm from, or where I still live. But I started, watching Japanese movies even more and stuff like that. And my buddy Evan was like, "Hey, you should try to learn that." And so, backstory on Evan real quick. Evan is, he's one of my best friends. He's currently living in Japan teaching English. He taught English in Korea for 2 years. Evan, I met him in middle school. He moved here in 6th grade. I remember the first time I ever met him, he broke my Big Van Vader's leg, my action figure's leg. Not purposely, we were just playing and it broke, but I'll never forget that. But anyway, we became friends 6th through 9th grade. Had a bunch of classes together, spent every weekend together. High school hit, 9th through 12th. We had one class together, maybe 2 classes together. It was not until senior year, though. And then, obviously, from where we just didn't really see a lot of each other, it kind of just fell off. And then I started working at GameStop. He came back around because he loves games, so we kind of rekindled the friendship. Fast forward, talking about languages. So he's like, "Why don't you try learning it?" And I was like, "Maybe I'll do that." And of course, stupid me, I was like, "Cool, I speak one language and I have no earthly idea what learning languages is about. Let me jump right into Japanese." And as you know, that's super, super hard for English speakers because it's a lot different. You have to learn katakana, hiragana, kanji, not to mention the sentence order of subject, object, verb instead of subject, verb, object. So you don't say "I kicked the ball," you say "I the ball kicked." So that's a little tough. And at the time, I don't even know if Duolingo was around, but I used Rosetta Stone a little bit. Definitely helped. I got to where I could speak at about a 3rd or 4th year, 3 or 4 year old level. And I was pretty confident in it, or at least a little bit from what I had learned. Obviously, I didn't really know what I was saying as much as I just knew that that's what that meant. So I didn't really know the order. Like, if I would say something, it's not because I knew that's what I was saying. Like, I knew that's what it meant, which I guess is technically probably a good way to speak. But anyway, so I didn't stick with it, obviously. I had nobody to practice with around here. About the only thing you'll hear around here is Spanish, which is honestly more common for the United States than Japanese, unless you're in like a big city or something. So I just kind of fell out of it. And then over the course of the few years, I would try to do Spanish, or I would try to do Korean, Vietnamese, Russian, literally name a language. I've probably tried it. And so Esperanto came around, and the way that it came about was my buddy Evan. I was sitting around. We were talking about some Spanish stuff for some sort of. We talk about languages a lot, which is cool to have somebody who also shares a passion that you can talk to more than just like online at the time. So, which I still speak to him online, but you know what I mean. Like at the time in person, we could talk. And he's like, "You should try to learn Esperanto." And I was like, "Well, what is that?" He went into a little bit of brief history about about Zamenhof, why he created it. It's supposed to be super easy. You could probably learn it in 3 or 4 months if you wanted to, stuff like that. And I was like, this sounds really intriguing. And the main pitch from him was, learn it, and you'll learn how to learn a language. You'll learn how to think in another language, and that's the big thing. And so, fun fact, Evan does not speak Esperanto, so that's kind of funny. I had a guy who doesn't speak Esperanto sell me on it. That's hilarious. But so anyway, I didn't think about it at the time. This was before Duolingo's course came out on Esperanto. And then I remember studying Spanish a little bit, and I actually got okay in it. Not anything good. I could say stuff about oh, yo no comí desayuno, right? I didn't eat breakfast, or a me gusta jugo de naranja, like I love orange juice, all right, or I like orange juice, whatever. Nothing really of benefit, so, I mean, I guess it is, but, so anyway, I kind of fell off of it just because I started getting really confused with like reflexive verbs, and then the conjugations were killing me, and I just kind of lost motivation. And I guess it's because I'd never hit an area where I felt comfortable in a language, and I was just like, maybe I can't do this. Fast forward, I was looking through Duolingo's incubator, and I saw they were doing Esperanto, and I was like, no way, man. All right, let me check this out, see when it's going to be released. And it was releasing that same week, so it was just the luck of the draw on timing there. It released. I started using it within the first little bit, and I loved it. But just like everything else, man, I kind of fell out of studying. And so over the course of the last probably 2 years, I've studied maybe about 6 months, 6 or 7 months. I feel very, very confident in it now. And it's really, really cool that Evan introduced me to that, because if he didn't introduce me to that, I'd probably still be floating around languages and not sticking with anything. But from where he did introduce me to that and tell me about that, and it's always easier to hear a friend tell you to do something versus like a stranger on the internet, because like I've told people all the time, like I'll see people tweet about it or talk about it on Facebook, like, man, I wish I could learn something, and I'm like, I know this sounds like a sales pitch, but learn Esperanto. Not even if you're not ever going to use it, but because it's going to teach you how to learn a language, and it's going to teach you how to think in a language and stuff like that. And so you know, if he never sold me on the idea, I may not even be where I'm at, because I've learned Esperanto. Not great. I'm not great at it. No one's great at, you know, whatever. No one's great. I mean, I'm not great. But I feel comfortable enough that if I wanted to, I could have a very general conversation with you. I can't go in depth. I can't talk, you know, really in-depth stuff. And that's fine. I'm fine with where I'm at. I am going to continue. But I would feel comfortable enough to consider myself bilingual. I think I can understand enough Esperanto that I would consider myself bilingual, and all that's done for me is boosted my confidence and told me, you totally can do this. And that's the key, man. That's what I love about Esperanto, is it gave me the confidence to start to learn Spanish, but do it in a different way, because I've now kind of unlocked the idea of how to learn a language. Granted, I've had a lot of practice over the past 8 or 9 years as well, but it's really just helped me confidence-wise, just knowing that I can do something, knowing that even 3 months ago, I could not speak anywhere near the level that I can now. And I'm not great. When I listen to my buddy Kyle, I'm just like, ugh, God, this dude's so much better than me, but we'll get there, man. I have something to work towards. So, but that's it, man. That's where I was introduced to Esperanto. That's why I love it, is because it builds that confidence, and it taught me that I can do something. And that's kind of why I've restarted Spanish, is because I know that if I stick with it, I may have to work a little harder on Spanish, because there is a little bit, obviously, of differences, especially with the verb conjugations and stuff. But I know that I can do it. So, because there's a lot of tough stuff in Esperanto that I still don't understand, like the accusative. I mean, I do understand it, but I still struggle with it. So, but it doesn't necessarily make my sentence uninterpretable. People still get it, even if it's incorrect. It kind of sounds funny, but, you know, and it's just something I have to learn. So, but that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about anything about Esperanto, or anything about future languages or anything like that, let me know. I am a week into the Spanish challenge. I've done 14 Duolingo tasks, and I think I'm actually going to start using a product called Babbel, which is really, really cool. I don't like that it teaches European Spanish, because I don't really care about the vosotros, but it's supposed to be a really, really good program, so we'll see. But that is it. I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.